Welcome back, friends. iRelät here with more Reddit relationship stories for you. So he's 29 and she's 32. He says, my partner Jenny and I have been together for 9 years. We had what I thought was an incredibly healthy relationship built on love, mutual respect, communication, etc. We went through the awkwardness of our early 20s together, and she was with me through my military service. We bought a house together, solely in my name, which I bought with a VA loan, and we were planning on settling down, marrying, and having kids next year when I graduate professional school. In a very real sense, neither of us has known life without the other. I'm not exaggerating when I say that most of my mental free time has been spent thinking about my upcoming marriage and kids with this woman. Spending all your time thinking about a woman, that's a recipe for disaster. Anyway, a couple hours ago, I received a message request from a stranger on Facebook. They claim to have a mutual friend with Jenny and informed me that they learned that Jenny's been cheating on me. I felt queasy and instantly started shaking. When I found a private location, I called Jenny, and in a non-accusatory way, I just basically said, check out this weird message I got. What's going on? Well, Jenny broke down and told me everything. She apparently slept with this guy twice, about a year ago, and I got a slew of excuses. I was drunk. I felt lonely. I was emotional because my dad had just passed away. I flew home and was with her for multiple weeks at that time. But the real kick in the teeth was who she chose as a cheating partner, which makes this whole thing much worse and has destroyed my life in more than one way. Her affair partner is my lifelong best friend Alex, and the two of us have been inseparable since kindergarten. A while back, he fell in a rough patch with unemployment and his long-term girlfriend dumping him, and I let him stay in the spare bedroom at our house to help him get back on his feet. I loved him like a brother. So while I attend professional school in a different state, Jenny and Alex lived in my house together. I say my now, but would have said ours until the discovery of these recent events. I trust both of them wholeheartedly, and it never even crossed my mind to be bothered by the arrangement. I fly home for most major breaks, including the entirety of the summer, and I'm gone for 2 to 3 months at most for school. I've planned my career, including summer jobs, around staying in the city and making sure I'm in a position to commute and start a family with this woman who I deeply loved and thought loved me. Now, I'm not the rose-colored glasses type, but I believe her when she says she hasn't cheated on me outside of this. Yeah, well, that's probably a mistake. But I was and am absolutely shocked, confused, embarrassed, devastated, outraged, and every other negative emotion you could possibly feel after discovering something so terrible. I feel like an idiot. I told Alex to leave my house immediately, and after he started dilly-dallying, I told him I was rescinding my permission for him to be on my property, and I was trespassing him and wouldn't hesitate to call the sheriff, and I would have too. I have a good group of friends who have all offered me support and have even offered help to prepare my house for sale or rent while simultaneously berating Alex in group chats, which is extremely cathartic. Selling or renting the house is my plan if or when I break up with Jenny. Wait a second. You're actually considering staying with this chick who's been screwing your best friend behind your back? What are you thinking? And this plan hurts so much because it's been our home for so long now. It's also messed up. Yeah, that's for sure. What do? I'm usually a calm and collected guy, and I'm just losing it now. I feel like I lost my home, my 2 best friends, my life partner, and future mother of my children tonight. Even worse, if I couldn't trust these 2 people, I don't know if I'll be able to move forward and trust anyone else in the future. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about when this type of thing happens to someone is not only do you have to deal with all the trouble of losing friends and loved ones as far as, your relationship goes, but then the aftermath of future relationships being ruined because of this is almost worse than the fact that you had to break up with this terrible person. Because you might end up having a negative attitude towards somebody who is honest and faithful, and then that relationship gets ruined because of the actions of someone from your past. But there's an edit down here where he says, I'm 100% cutting Alex out. He can collect his things out front, and if he comes inside, I'm gonna blow a gasket. Yeah, well, you should kick both of them out. I don't know why you're even considering keeping this Jenny chick around. No regrets here. I feel like I should cut all ties with Jenny. You should. But there's a profound sense of grief surrounding this option. Well, get over it, my friend. Like, I'm mourning the loss of our shared future. How do I move forward from that? Ditch her, go no contact, and just start meeting other chicks. That's how you move forward. On the flip side, can I retain any self-respect if I don't cut things off? No. Like, am I even a man? No. Do people ever get past something like this? Not when they stay with the person, or at least rarely. From the outside looking into this situation, I've always been team grow a spine and ditch them. Yeah, well then, do what your instinct tells you then. But it feels so much more complex now that I'm actually the one in this position. Then he has an update 2 days later. He says, Over the last 2 days since the original post, I've hardly eaten or slept. I've been agonizing over whether to dump her or attempt to reconcile. Don't do it. Rage, grief, disgust, confusion, repeat. I had a therapy session, talked at length with my mom and dad, was leaning towards exploring reconciliation, but ultimately decided I need to make sure all the cards were on the table. At this point, she's sworn up and down for days that I know everything. Yeah, that's a lie. I decided to interrogate her and demand details, and I built a timeline in my head, pushed for more details, etc., and started noticing little inconsistencies. Yeah, your whole future is going to be inconsistencies if you don't ditch this chick. I asked her, "You promise that's it?" "I swear there's nothing else." "Okay, well explain this. Elaborate on this detail. What happened here?" Then a little bit more would come out, and this cycle happened 4 or 5 times. Yeah, she's trickle-treating, my friend. Over the course of 2 hours, it finally came to, I don't know how many times we did it. She said it was frequent, and the last time that they did it just 4 days ago. Even a few times while I was actually home on break. And it wasn't just physical either. They had an entire shadow relationship complete with I love yous. This was the woman I was going to propose to this summer. This is the woman I was going to have kids with next summer. After 9 years, I didn't even know who she was. Let me tell you how I reacted to this revelation. Well, one might expect disgust or pain at how much worse the situation was than I could have ever imagined. Nope, 100% pure relief. Yeah, dodged a bullet. That's what he says here. Biggest bullet of my life dodged. I calmly and immediately broke up with her, and I'm happy I could do that without any semblance of hesitation or regret. I'm still going to go to therapy because I know that I'm going to need to learn how to trust again. Well, that's a good idea. But for the first time in 2 days, I know I'm going to be okay and absolutely made a good choice. Yeah, definitely did. And even though this is a terrible situation, at least you got that VA loan going, so you can sell this thing, get a new one with another VA loan, because as far as I know, as long as you only have one house at a time, you can continue to get more VA loans. So get rid of this house, get a new one, get a new girlfriend, get a new best friend, and that's all I got to say about this. But what do you all think about this one? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, and click like for the algorithm, and let's get into story 2. So he's 27 and she's 25. He says, "Me and my girlfriend have been together for 3 years. We have a really good relationship, fun, pretty good action in the bedroom. We've taken a few trips together and have been planning our future. Everything's been great, and I was even planning to propose next month. That is until the news I got yesterday. I was at my house, and one of her exes, I don't know how he got my profile, but he sends me a message on Facebook saying how she's only settling for me, and once she realizes it, she'll eventually go back to him, a real man, and one that she actually wants. I just opened it and left it there. 30 minutes later, he sends another message. This time it was photos and a video. The video was, as you guessed, their tape. She was acting different in the video than she ever does around me. Talking differently, doing things that she said she didn't like when I tried, such as being rough, smacking, calling him daddy. The worst part was that she finished a lot, multiple times, and was saying a lot of dirty stuff. Telling him how big he was, which looked more than above average. I'm just average. Saying how she can't take it. The photos were screenshots of their texts. She was talking to him differently in those too. Saying that she can't wait to have you-know-what again, even if it made her sore, that it was worth it. Calling him daddy. Saying how she'll be crazy if he ever leaves her, and she'll give him whatever he wants. Sending him naughty pictures without him asking. He didn't even give her that much of a response in the text. And she's begging him to respond, sending him like 4 texts in a row. After seeing all that, I just couldn't feel anything. I sat there, turned off my phone, and thought about everything that I had just witnessed while simultaneously thinking about our relationship, our bedroom life, and the way she acts towards me compared to him. I thought about how she did everything with him that she denied me. How she was praising him and practically begging him for attention and action. But with me, she never did this. Although she said that she liked my size. How could I believe her though? After seeing how she acted in this video, I just felt like less of a man. Then she comes home from work about 3 hours later. She immediately asked me what's wrong and why I turned my phone off. I just said that I was tired and wanted to rest, but she knew something was bothering me. She asked repeatedly what happened, so I opened my phone and gave it to her. She got really angry and started talking badly about her ex. Yeah, of course she would. She wanted him and he didn't want her. How he treated her poorly, and how she'll ruin his life. Yeah, sounds like he ruined hers by not wanting to commit to her. Then saying I was the best at everything. That was a lie. Better than him, and how he disrespected her and cheated on her. Yeah, he's the bad boy that got away. I just sat there listening to her. She asked me to say something, I asked her if everything was a lie and her being satisfied with my size and everything. She said no, and I asked her why she let him do everything that I wanted, but denied me. Then she gets more angry. She says that she was young and she changed and doesn't like that stuff anymore. Yeah, doesn't like that stuff with a guy who doesn't actually turn her on. How he made her sore and that I'm much better. How I satisfy her more than him and I treat her well. While she's speaking, I was just repeating what I saw in my head and told her I needed some time to think. She said more things, how I'm throwing everything away, then left. After that, I went to bed. In the morning, there were so many missed calls from her and her friends and voice messages begging me to answer. I just can't see things the same way after this. Even if we get back together, I don't think I'll ever want to sleep with her again. So what should I do here? What am I supposed to think about this? And of course, like usual on Reddit, a majority of the comments are from dopes who are saying that he's a terrible guy and that he's only concerned about himself and not her, when the reality here is anybody who's got any experience with women knows exactly what's going on in this situation. And it's just like I already said. Her ex-boyfriend was the bad boy that she couldn't tame or lock down. She was eager to try to tame him, but couldn't. That's why she was begging for his attention, was texting him. He wasn't responding to her. She probably also was obsessed with him because he was better in bed than her current boyfriend. And I can't say that for sure. But what I can say is she was obsessed with this bad boy type more so than her boyfriend, to a degree where she was willing to do all these things with him that she wouldn't do with her boyfriend. This happens with women all the time. The guy with whom they end up settling down doesn't get nearly the kind of fun in the bedroom that she had with all these other guys in her past who actually turn her on. And nothing turns a girl on more than a bad boy who can't be tamed. I mean, it's essentially like playing a video game. What's more fun when you're playing a game? Playing on easy mode and knowing that you can just easily get to the end of it and beat it with no problems, or playing on hard mode where there's actually some sort of difficulty there and you actually feel better once you win because there's a real challenge and you feel like you accomplished something. Guys who are easy to lock down, who offer no challenges to women, keep them drier than a bone. And like I often say, chicks are always competing with other chicks. They have massive egos when it comes to these things. And when a guy will not be locked down and he's out there sleeping with other women, there's nothing that a woman that's trying to lock him down wants more than for her to be the A chick, for her to be number one, for him only to want to sleep with her and no one else. So that's part of the reason why she was doing these things. But it's not as if he was forcing her to do this. Her ego was why she did it. And aside from that, it's just like the video I did where in the confession, this woman was talking about cheating on her husband with some guy at work. And she said once she found out that the guy was married, which she didn't know at first, then she was more turned on by what she was doing with him. It's because she knew she was in competition with his wife at that point, and the idea that she was in competition and she was beating the competition by causing this man to potentially ruin his marriage by being with her in the office, that is what really got her rocks off, and the same exact things happened with this chick. So the fact that her current boyfriend is easy to lock down, he's not a challenge for her, means she's less attracted to him than she was her ex. And all these chicks in the comments here on Reddit are making claims that, oh, she was only doing those things because he was abusive to her and she needed to do these to appease him. But it's like, no. Perhaps there's some truth to that, but in my opinion, it was more likely that she was actually turned on by the fact that he was this bad boy type. She wasn't doing this because she felt like she had to. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been saying these things in the text messages without him even saying anything back. It's not as if she was only doing these things in the video. She was outright saying in the text messages how into him she was and all this stuff. So she would not have been doing that if she wasn't extremely turned on by this guy, most likely because he was this bad boy type who she couldn't tame. I mean, there are so many guys out there whose wives or girlfriends won't allow them to have backdoor access, won't allow them to have three-person situations with them and that type of thing, when in her past, she's had trains ran on her, she's been taken in every hole possible, she's done things that her husband or boyfriend couldn't even imagine she'd be willing to do, because she acts like she's not into them with him, because she's not actually into him, she just settled for him because he was the easy option. And all these chicks on Reddit who are coming down on this guy and disregarding everything I just said are completely ridiculous. So this chick here says, F the girlfriend's ex, and you know what? FOP for being an insecure POS over this bull crap, and being far more concerned about being denied than about whether his girlfriend also enjoys their bedroom life. It's like, okay, well, that's the whole point here. He's concerned that she doesn't enjoy his bedroom life and that she's denying him these things because she had more fun with the other guy and was willing to have more fun because she was actually more into him and actually had better time in the bedroom. That's the whole point. Then someone else says, this world is full of women who let their exes treat them badly in the bedroom, and when they move on, they don't want their new boyfriend to hit them. They want their new boyfriend to treat them with respect and don't want bedroom action to cause them pain. And to this woman, I say, get real. I've been with plenty of women, and literally almost every single one of them like to have her hair pulled, like to get her smacked. I mean, one chick even went as far as wanting me to choke her during the act, but that's above my pay grade. I wasn't willing to go that far with her. It's like, no thanks. But all I'm saying here is almost every single woman I've been with has wanted these types of things in the bedroom. Most chicks do, at least in my experience. So to sit here and act like her ex-boyfriend was doing terrible things to her and she was just putting up with it and wasn't actually into it, no. Not only did these chicks that I've been with want these things, they literally were asking for them, not because I was mistreating them, because that's what turned them on in the bedroom, and many women think this way. So to treat this guy as if because he wanted to do these types of things and be rough in the bedroom and she wasn't into it, that her ex-boyfriend was forcing her to do this and the new guy is just a jerk who wants to use her. No, he just wants to have some fun in the bedroom like she used to have, and she's not willing to give it to him because he doesn't actually turn her on, in my opinion. At least not as much as the last guy did. Then this next chick says, yeah, really think he's getting hung up on the wrong thing here. If your girl says she's not into something, you should accept it. And yeah, that's true, but the problem is she obviously was into it with the right guy, and this isn't the right guy, which is his major concern here, and he should be concerned, because if a girl is acting one way with another guy and not acting that same way with you, that's absolutely cause for concern, and it means she's most likely into that guy more than she is you. Then this person says, he's hung up on the wrong thing because he's not a good person. OP, you're a piece of garbage. Yeah, no, again, he's not a piece of garbage because he's concerned about his girlfriend behaving way differently with this other guy and practically begging him for attention, as well as doing all this wild stuff in the bedroom that she won't do with him. It's completely understandable. And of course, another person says, I'm thoroughly disgusted. And this person says, anybody else hung up on him being upset that he was denied being rough with her and slapping her? Just me? And this person says, reading that literally gave me chills. She's dating another man just like her POS ex, except he's doing a better job of hiding it. I bet if they get married, the mask would come off. It's like, this is such a wild thing to just assume. No, the guy isn't just looking to like hit her. He just wants to have fun in the bedroom and be a little wild. That's all it is. People are just so warped. Then another person says, yeah, F that crap. She's had a crime committed against her and all he wants to do is know why he can't commit one too. These people are just ridiculous, man. I can't stand it. Then in response to that person that said, is anyone else concerned about him wanting to slap her in the bedroom and all that? This person says, no, it's actually deeply upsetting. No, literally all of us. It's like, you people are overthinking this. It's like, he's not looking to do harm to his girlfriend. Again, like I've said, in my experience, almost every chick I've been with likes to have her hair pulled, likes to get rough in the bedroom, and they're begging for it. They're not doing it because I'm making them do it. They're doing it because it's what they want. It's what turns them on. So to sit here and pretend as if this guy wanting his girl to be turned on by these kinds of things with him when she clearly was with somebody else, it has nothing to do with him being a bad guy. Has nothing to do with him wanting to do harm to her in any way. It's all about having fun in the bedroom, clearly. And I would love to see what these people have to say if the roles were reversed. I guarantee all these people saying this would have a completely different tune. Say that this was a woman in this position and she had nothing going on upstairs, was a little bit overweight, her boyfriend never wanted to use his mouth on her or buy her flowers, and say she gets a message from her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend showing that her boyfriend not only was buying the chick flowers, he was saying, I can't wait to use my mouth on you. Oh, your body turns me on so much. Meanwhile, this chick, she never gets that kind of attention that she wants from him. And this guy was clearly giving it to somebody else. Are these women making these comments going to say, oh, she needs to think more about him? It's all about her. What, is she just a gold digger? It's like, no. Clearly, you understand what's going on here. If a woman was in this position, she'd obviously be feeling self-conscious, thinking, well, why is he complimenting her body? Why is he buying her flowers? Why is he willing to do these things with her that I've asked him to? That's what this is about. It has nothing to do with what these people are claiming. And this is why I cannot stand Reddit or 90% of the people who use it or any of the mods, because they all think like these people. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this one. What do you all think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments, and let's get into the daily confession. And this confession is a perfect example of what I was just saying. So this guy's 35 and she's 40. He says, my wife and I experimented in the swinging lifestyle and I really love it. We've always played together as a couple, but recently I gave her permission to play alone since I travel a lot for my job. The only stipulation was that if she plays while I'm out of town, she has to send me videos. My wife plays a lot of tennis and is in many different leagues. This summer she joined a mixed doubles league and was partnered with a younger guy that's in her skill level. Long story short, she mentioned to him over the course of the league season that we have an open swinger-style relationship, and when I gave her permission to play alone, she went after him. At first I thought it was really awesome that she was with a younger guy. She would text me short videos of her giving him you-know-what at the tennis club after matches. So this week I'm out of town for work, and she had a doubles match last night. I woke up this morning to a video from her. It was her getting you-know-whatted in her back door by him. Now I'm not really a jealous person, but watching this made me furious and jealous. In 11 years of marriage, I'd never been able to get her to do this with me. She claims she was never into it, yet it looked like she did it with ease. Okay, rant over. And again, she's not into it until she finds the guy who really turns her on, then she's into everything, as is he. And to all the people on that last post saying, oh, her ex-boyfriend made her do this, she was in an abusive relationship and she felt she needed to. Did this woman feel like she needed to do this with this guy with whom she's not even in a relationship after 11 years of marriage and denying her husband? I think not. But anyway, click on one of these videos if you want to support the channel or one of the ones down below. Leave a comment, click like, share this video, and follow me on my other channel or on other platforms at iRelät Official. Till next time, hope you all take care of yourselves, support and be good to good women. Peace.